In partnership with the Air Force Association, we are interviewing each of the Lifetime Achievement Award winners, and we're honored to have with us the 15th Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force, General Ron Fogleman. Our coverage here is sponsored by L3 Technologies and Leonardo DRS. Sir, thanks very much for joining us.
Well, Vago, it's my pleasure to be here. It's been a while since we've been in these particular roles, but I look forward to spending a little time with you.
It's an honor, sir. It was one of the true honors of my career starting out and having the opportunity to cover you really closely when I was at Air Force Times in the early 90s, when you were at AMC, in fact, is where I started covering you. And I wanted to ask you, how important, as an airman, as a lifetime member of the Air Force Association, what does this honor mean for you, and what has the Air Force Association meant for you over these decades?
Yeah. Well, let me start with what the Air Force Association has meant to me and what I think it does for our Air Force. It's very interesting, when you're a young officer and coming up through the ranks and you're just trying to do the right thing and do your job. I can remember that the first non-military award I ever received was an award I received from the Jerry Waterman chapter of the Air Force Association in Tampa, Florida, when I was a 56 Fighter Wing commander. I still have that award sitting in my guest house. And so the way I look at this particular award is that it's kind of the bookend piece to start out with an award that kind of motivated me to try and take care of my people, and then to find myself in a position where I'm being recognized, I hope a little prematurely, for a lifetime of achievement, but nonetheless greatly honored. And at the core of that is the AFA and what it's done. And I think that while the AFA plays many roles, it certainly is an organization that can speak on behalf of the Air Force in a private sense. It can help us with congressional activities. It can help us locally with military installations. It can help us, on a statewide and national level in terms of interfacing with decision makers and policy makers. But one of the things that I have really been most impressed with, and I just saw another demonstration of that, was the fact that the Air Force Association has become an extremely powerful and effective advocate for airmen, for the people and their families. And so that to me is a tremendous role that the association has taken on and does very well. I just sat through their awards ceremony as part of the opening ceremony here, and to see the young men and women who were called forward to be recognized for their contributions to the Air Force and to the country was very gratifying. And to have an organization that takes the time to do that is important.